26 and the link is feeling cold. Last year is done, new story getting told. Jalen under fire, say his vision's getting tight. They say he's uncoachable, can't get right. AJ in New England, now that deal is done. Lemons got the green light, pick that number one. Benny in the coordinator, put your fears to rest. Patullo playing checkers, why this dude is playing chess. AJ finally traded and the hype train's broke. Vrabel's back to coaching and Buzzini's catching smoke. 10 toes down with the Eagles on the scene. Ain't no time for fakers cause your boy is bleeding green. Sources leaking stories but you know it's all cap. Coach Marcus on the mic and he's shooting all facts. Search trending topics, information moving slow. Pro fan talk, always keep you in the know. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk. With the real ones bar. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all. Pro fan talk. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. Pro fan talk.
What's going on, good people? What it do? What is happening? What is happening? Happy Monday to you. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody is safe. Hope all the family is well with you. Thank you for joining me, all the good stuff. And before we get started, is there any LeBron news? I'm looking. They say at 8 o'clock, it's 9. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. So I got the NBA page on ESPN on the computer. I ain't seen nothing yet. Boy, I tell you what, man. I tell you what. But what's good with you? What's good with you? Who we got? Chris 3K, first out the limo. What it do? Who else we got? Hey, Dr. Jen. Appreciate you. What's up, Tiff? As usual. You know I appreciate you, Tiff. What's up, Q? In the building. What's up, Afrado? Appreciate you. But we gonna get into some stuff, man. But the reason why we talking about Sean Mannion is because I heard old boy on the radio today on WIP worrying about whose offense is it, who's got the keys and all of that type of good stuff. And let me just say this. Coming from experience, I've been in a situation where my head coach got fired in preseason, and we had to get a new coach. You don't just throw everything out the window. My first year in the World League, Doug Williams, Washington Redskins Super Bowl winning coach, Doug Williams. That Doug Williams was one of my coaches, one of my offensive coaches. He was, obviously he had the quarterbacks, but he was our offensive coordinator. And the head coach was Larry Kuharich, and he ended up getting fired. They had some disagreements, and he did some things that wasn't right, and Doug Williams wasn't standing for it. And what they didn't realize was, or maybe they did realize and just didn't care, Doug Williams was over there to promote the league. He was the big name. He was the Super Bowl championship coach. His name still has some gravitas. Everybody knows who Doug Williams was. So it was a big deal that Doug Williams was one of the coaches. And when the existing coach was very disrespectful towards Doug, it was a big deal when Doug walked away. And the powers that be in the World League said, no, thank you. We're going to remedy this problem. So they fired Kuharich, and they made Jim Kreiner the coach. And we kept Doug as the offensive coordinator. Jim Kreiner was the offensive line coach at the time, and then they promoted him to head coach. We wanted Doug to be the head coach, but I don't think Doug really wanted to be the head coach. So Kreiner stepped in, and we got it done. But saying all that to say, we are, 3 weeks. We were like 2 weeks from traveling over to Scotland. We're not in the middle of camp. We had been to camp for a couple of weeks when all of this happened. So it was, it was kind of late in the game. but they did it. And what we didn't do is throw away everything that we had already worked on. Even though Kreiner had some ideas, even though Doug Williams had some ideas, we didn't just throw everything away. You can't do that. And I don't think that's what the Eagles are going to do, even with Sean Mannion. They are going to change a lot of things, but they're not throwing it away. You're not going to throw away the foundation. That would be stupid. Especially when you still got some people that help build that foundation. And the foundation is strong. So you don't just rip it all up because you want new carpet. What they say, you don't rip up your floor because you want a new carpet. No, you take up the old carpet, you clean off everything, and then you lay new carpet. You don't rip up the floor. So you leave the foundation as it is because it's still good. That's what's going to happen. Because you got to think, you got to imagine yourself, anybody that has kids, that if you are lucky enough to have coached your own children, or you take your children to AAU or the basketball league or whatever it is. But if you've been on the sideline, if you've been at practice and you watch, if you've been involved with the coaching process, it is a thing when somebody hands you the playbook and they say, what do you want to do? And it is amazing. Again, I'm speaking from experience. It is amazing. Everybody got ideas on what they should do until they actually have the power to make a call. Then you don't know what's going to happen. And I'm saying that because most people don't really understand what is involved in that. Nick Sirianni is 100% right. They all go through meetings together because you would be foolish. You would be a damn fool to go into a meeting with 10, 15 coaches and the only thing that works is whatever it is that you say. You would be a damn fool. And Nick Sirianni ain't no damn fool. You might not like him. You might not like his antics, but he has got some coaching pedigree in him. And he's got 2 Super Bowl appearances and a Super Bowl champion to boot. He knows what he's doing. Take all of the stuff that you don't like about him. You got to take that off the table now because he's been to the Super Bowl twice. He's got a chip. So take all of that stuff off the table. He knows what he's doing. But here's the point that I'm making. If somebody hands you that playbook, you don't change the playbook. You look at it and you say, okay, based on this defense, I know you run this play, but I don't want to run that play. Let's find something else that can achieve the goal a little bit better. So they don't have to reinvent the wheel. You're not going to reinvent the wheel, and that's what everybody wants to happen. They bring Sean Mannion in. He's going to run things a little bit different. Jalen's going to be under center. You know what he's going to be doing under center? Running the same plays from under center. They just going to mix it up differently. When you're talking about at this level of the NFL, there is nothing new under the sun. Nothing. They have seen it all. There is no new concepts, no new schemes, nothing. The only thing you do is you playing your chess move to catch somebody unawares. It's the strategy. It's the alignments, it's the shifts, it's the formations. It's where you start and where you end up. It's the chess match. Can I make a shift? Can I go in motion? Can I do something that'll put one of my skilled players against one of them slow linebackers? Or I've done my scouting homework. I know that right cornerback had a hip contusion last week. So even though he's playing, he's not quite 100%. Let me do something in formation to shift my fastest guy over there to test how fast this guy can turn and run. Let's attack him until he shows us that we can beat him. What do you think everybody was doing last year with Keely Ringo? When we had that measure of time where Keely Ringo had to start, was that last year or the year before? Where he had to start, and everybody kept attacking him and attacking him and attacking him and attacking him. And I was like, that's exactly what they're going to do until he can stop it, or until we change the defense, or until we put somebody else in there. And I would have done the exact same thing. Run it till they stop it. But you don't have to tear up the playbook. And what you do is, Sean Mannion's got a brain. There is nothing new under the sun. So you know what Sean Mannion is going to do? He's going to take Nick Sirianni's offense, and he's going to take all the experience he had with Green Bay and everything that he's learned from all of them people, all of them gurus in his history, back when he played with the Vikings and all of that kind of stuff. He's taking all of that experience, and he's looking at the playbook, and he's saying, okay, yeah, you got the right food, but I'm gonna cook it a little bit different. I'm gonna prepare it a little bit different, but it's the same thing. We got a steak, but I know you like to fry your steak. I like to let mine marinate, then I put some butter on it, and then I let it sizzle on the bottom before I flip it. There's just different ways to do the same exact thing. That's what's going to happen. We are not reinventing anything. Nothing. He's just going to take what exists and make it his own. So he doesn't have to reinvent Nick Sirianni's offense. All he has to do is take what works and just apply it differently. That's it. You can change some things. Be creative a little bit. I know everybody's got a play that takes the slot receiver across the middle. Everybody's got that play. Everybody's got a play that you take your number one receiver at X or at Z and you go long. Do you shift them over there? Do you put them in motion? What do you want to do? But everybody's got the same play. We're going to have the same play where we do that quick hitch, the same quick hitch we was doing with A.J. Brown. We're going to run that same play. We might get to it a different way, but it's going to be essentially the same play. It's the chess match. Are we going to shift Mekhi Lemon out there? Are we going to flip-flop him and Dontavian Wicks, put Dontavian Wicks on the inside? What are we going to do? Are we going to find out that we got a 5'9" quarterback? Are we going to put Eli Stowers out there on the edge as an X receiver? So we have a 6'3" tight end against a 5'9" quarterback? Are we going to take advantage of those opportunities and things like that? I don't know. But that's how I think Sean Mannion is going to think. You're going to take what already exists and make it your own. That's what they're going to do. Why is it that your mama's macaroni and cheese tastes better than somebody else's? They're using the same ingredients. They're using the 3 blends of cheeses. They got to boil the noodles first. The ingredients is the same. How it comes out is going to be different. That's my point. I use the mac and cheese, and I don't even like macaroni and cheese. I'm an anomaly. I'm a unicorn. Even my sisters laugh at me like that. How you a black man and don't like macaroni and cheese? I don't know what to tell you. I had a bad experience as a child. It's listen, man, it's you got to go with what works, because Afrado, I'm looking at your comment right here. Conservative Rick averse. Okay, but you got to think about it. Think of it like a car. It's Nick Sirianni's offense. It's Nick Sirianni's car. Who's driving? Because when Shane Steichen was driving, that car worked just fine. When Kellen Moore was driving, That car drove just fine. When Kevin Patullo was driving, why the car stalling all of a sudden? What you doing? What kind of gas you putting in this car? Where you driving? What are you doing? Why you waiting till we got 3 miles left in the tank before you refuel? Now you got all of that sediment in the bottom of the gas tank getting to the engine. That's why it was running fine till you started driving it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, it ain't nothing wrong with the car. It's always who driving. It's always who driving. So, but Afrado, I understand your concerns, but we didn't have them concerns. We didn't have them concerns with Kellen Moore. Matter of fact, we had to adjust how we was driving the car with Kellen Moore, because I always got to remind y'all, you got to remember when the offensive line had to go to Kellen Moore and say, hey, man, we got to run the ball. Kellen Moore was supposed to be an offensive guru. He was a good coach, and he was a quarterback and everything that you want. Kellen Moore was like Sean Mannion with more experience. He had played the game. It ain't that long. He still has some muscle memory and everything from when he was a quarterback in the league. And so that's exactly what you want. And you saw Kellen Moore, and I said it before, when you have an offensive coordinator who actually played the position, they're usually better because they can see things and they can speak the language. They can speak the language a little bit better. If Tom Brady ever decides to become an offensive coordinator, he can speak the language better than anybody else to another quarterback. When I coach my kids in football, what position do you think I coached? I coached the running backs. Yes, I can coach a quarterback. Yes, I can coach an offensive line or a wide receiver. Yes, I can coach those positions. But I am best at a running back. Why? Because that's the position I played at the highest level. I have experience. Experience is going to trump know-how every time. Every time. I use this example all the time. A doctor can tell you how many babies he's delivered. He can deliver 1,000 babies, but that male doctor will never have more experience than that woman giving birth. He can deliver all the babies he wants. He's never had the experience of giving birth. So even that experience is limited if you've never actually been through it. That is the difference between being apathetic and being empathetic. Or, depending on the situation, having sympathy for somebody. I'm sorry you got to go through this. I sympathize for you. Or, I empathize because I've been through the same thing. That's the only way you can have empathy. You have to have gone through exactly what the other person has. Kevin Patullo hasn't been through the same experience that Jalen Hurts has. Kellen Moore has. Sean Mannion has. So that's how you got to look at it. They'll be fine. And if they aren't, then guess what? We're going to get what we want anyways, and everybody going to get fired, right? I bet you Philadelphia, some people in Philadelphia would love that. Matisse Thybulle just agreed with the Lakers. So nothing on LeBron yet. Nothing on LeBron. Just keep on checking. Just keep on checking. All right. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. So you got to start somewhere. McVay didn't come out with 10 years of experience coaching. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And guess what? McVay had to put in, you know, he had to put in more time than Sean Mannion. Sean Mannion getting an opportunity a lot quicker than a lot of other people have gotten opportunities. I was about to say a joke. I was about to say a joke. I decided not to. I was about to make a joke about McVay and Rossini. That's why he got the job. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, man, you got to start somewhere, man. And somebody, and this is the other thing, man. When you're talking about a position of offensive coordinator, okay, they just not giving those positions away because once you do that as a GM or as a head coach can recommend. The GM is the one that actually makes the hire. Once you do that, your job is on the line. Don't forget that. Once you make that decision, your job is on the line. The pass or fail is on you. Because if it doesn't work out, you got to look at the situation and everybody looking at you like, what was you thinking? And you did it, supposedly, you did all the homework, you did all the vetting, you did all of the research. You talked to all of the past coaches and the past employers, and you apparently, or supposedly, allegedly, you did your homework. And what happens when it don't pan out? It just don't pan out. But your job is on the line if it don't pan out. Look at your boy. Look at what happened to the boy in Tennessee. Look at Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas was here with the Eagles, then got the job up in New York with, believe, with the Jets. Didn't work out. They were expecting big things from him up there because he had studied under Howie. And you can't tell me he didn't know what he was doing. He studied under one of the best. It's just different situations when you go to different places. And people will find out real quick how supremely difficult it is to do some of these things, whether you a coach, whether you a player, or whether you a GM. And in all three cases, that's why you got to look at Howie Roseman, and you got to dap him up like, Howie, you done did the damn thing for the last decade. There's not many who have your track record. And don't forget, we talking about after all of that bullshit with what's your boy's name that put him in the corner? I keep wanting to say Chan Gailey, not Chan Gailey. What's the coach that we had that took over and put him in the small office? This is after all of that. So Chip Kelly, thank you. So after, for Roseman, number one, to stand pat and just sit tight and wait for his next opportunity to come. And then what he did with said opportunity is off the charts. So, Nick Sirianni is the same way. Jalen Hurts is the same way. I remember what they said about Jalen Hurts once when we drafted him. Jalen Hurts being a franchise quarterback was not on anybody's bingo card. Nobody's. And anybody that tells you it was, they lying to you. They lying to you. They wanted him to be a gimmick quarterback, and they wanted him to be a good backup. But nobody thought he was going to be a franchise quarterback. Nobody whatsoever. He surprised everybody his second year as a starter, his third year in the league, taking the Eagles to the Super Bowl and outplaying the best in the business. Nobody saw that happening. So, what did I just drop? Oh. Potato Chip Kelly. And him shall not be named. So it's you gotta remember all of that, man. That's what you gotta. To me, it is very important to remember the context of how these things happen, because you still have a big contingency of people in Philadelphia who want Nick Sirianni out of here. And I will challenge anybody because I believe this. If we don't fire Doug Peterson when we fire Doug Peterson, we don't win the Super Bowl. We've got Nick Foles. We've got the Philly, but we don't face Patrick Mahomes in 22. And we might not face him in 24. I just believe that it would have worked out differently. And I don't know. Maybe Saquon never is here. Like the whole situation is different. So things happen the way they were supposed to happen. So well, I mean, you could say that. I'm not doubting that. But I'm looking at from the standpoint of after. Once he got the job. And that's why I said the other day, I did a video talking about whenever they put out the lists, whenever they put out these lists and these rankings and all of that type of stuff, what they need to do is put an asterisk on it and say, these lists are compiled based on the following factors: height, weight, arm strength, draft status. If you were projected to be a first rounder, the leash that you're going to get is going to be super long. Ask Trevor Lawrence. So we got to, it's kind of water under the bridge now, but most people just got to sit back and wait. And the problem is nobody wants to do that. And the flip side of that is you got people that think they know every damn thing, and they don't. These GMs are being paid to be the smartest guy in the room, and they are far from it. The problem is when you a GM, can't nobody tell you nothing because you the GM. That's the difference between getting good help and surrounding yourself with yes men. Yes men is going to always say yes. They ain't going to tell you when you're wrong. I remember what I said about Nick Sirianni when he got hired. I was happy. Hey, we got an Ohio boy. That's what's up. Mount Union. I'd heard of Mount Union because I'm from Ohio. If you're not from Ohio, or if you're not involved in Division III football, you wouldn't know who Mount Union is. And there's plenty of other colleges, programs, people already in the pros that the Philadelphia Eagles would have loved to have instead of Nick Sirianni. Go back and look at the tapes. Go back and find WIP and look at the YouTube the day we hired Nick Sirianni and look at what the reaction was. And who did they want? I would love to go back and look at that just to see some of the names, and those names. What did some of those names do at other places? Did they go to the playoffs? Did they win a championship? Did they win a conference championship? Like what did all of these other big names do? The ones that we couldn't hire. What did they go on and do? What's up, Art? Appreciate you, bro. So, yeah, Dak got a long leash, man. I don't blame that on Dak. Dak playing this game, man. That's Dallas for you, though. You always know it's going to be different with Dallas. And let me say this, man, I'm glad you brought up Dallas. Let me say this. And I've said this before, but I hate Dallas fans, but I don't hate Dallas fans. I had guys from my high school that played for the Cowboys. So I do have love. I grew up being a Tony Dorsett fan. That's part of the reason why I'm a running back. I was watching Tony Dorsett growing up, and everybody wanted 33. You know what I mean? I didn't discover Gale Sayers until I got to high school. And Gale Sayers had been playing days were over in what? Gale Sayers stopped playing in the 60s, late 60s, when he busted his knee. I can't remember. But in any case, his career was long over with before I even ever started playing Pee-wee football. So how was that I got interested in Gale Sayers? But my point is this. I don't hate the Cowboys fans, but I hate the Cowboys fans because I'm an Eagle. And I never thought, watch where I go with this, y'all. I never thought I would find another contingency of fans that I hate more than the Cowboys fans, but I found it with them damn Argentinians. Them Argentines. And I was like, ooh, you sorry SOBs. Y'all make Cowboy, and we go back and forth with Cowboy fans, but I done met plenty of Cowboy fans that take their L's like a champ. They can dish out the smack talk, but they can take it as well. Let me say it like that. There's a lot of them who can't. There's a lot of Eagles fans who can't either, for that matter. Come on, we ain't nobody. Everybody get a turn. Come on, you know how it works. But most of the Cowboy fans that I deal with, they can take an L with the best of them. Like I said, they dish out the bullshit. They can take it as well. So Cowboy fans ain't that bad, but them Argentina fans, oof. And when you find out their history and yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And how they acted after Spain whooped up on them, that's a shame. I was so close to buying me a Messi kit. I was looking for one too. I was looking for a Messi kit because I knew this was going to be his last World Cup. I was like, I got to get a Messi jersey. Man, I'm so glad I ain't found one. So glad I ain't found one. I'd have been pissed if I'd have bought that jersey, spent money on their jersey, not knowing their history. That's why you got to do homework, people. That's why you got to do your homework. You can't just always buy what they selling. You got to look a little bit deeper. Got to look a little bit deeper. Yeah, Panda. It's yeah. And sometimes Messi included. Messi ain't as bad as some of them, but I saw the video when they was doing the chant on the bus. I know what that chant meant. And Messi was right in with the teammates, going crazy, doing his thing. But that's the same Messi that, mentored, that was mentored by Ronaldinho. You know what I mean? So it goes both ways, man. You know how people get when they would, peer pressure when you with your friends in your own country, and that's how everybody act. It is what it is. Don't make it right. That's just a fact. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. So yeah, that's the Argentina thing. That take you to a different place, man. That take you to a different place. I'm with you, man. I never bought one anyway, so I'm good. I'm good. Q. He is on my list. I am compiling a list of, because I am going to watch Premier League and I'm going to watch MLS. But the Premier Leagues, the Europe Leagues, I know it's Premier League. I forget what the 3 leagues are called. I know it's 3 major European leagues. And I'm saying all that to say, I've got a list of players that I am going to watch. Lamine Yamal is on that list. Balogun is on that list. What's the other guy for Spain? What's the other guy for Spain? I can't think of his name. It's another really good player for Spain. Yeah, I got to get used to saying these names, man. But I'm gonna start watching them, man. I really, really enjoy Zlatan and Thierry Henry. So yeah, I'm gonna make it a point to watch more Premier League soccer and all that type of stuff. I want the 28th. It's coming. It's coming. Slow down, Tiff. Slow down. As somebody that just turned 56 years old, slow down, because before you know it, we'll be like in February of next year, of 27, talking about, damn, where did time go? Yeah, slow down. You know how I get when you get older. Damn, world be spinning a little bit faster. Premier League, La Liga, Liga one and yeah, I think Premier League and La Liga was the ones I was thinking about. But like I said, I'm gonna find me a group of about 10 players, um, and I'm gonna start watching those 10 players. I got a matter of fact, they got an app, the Zone. It's got an app on the MetaQuest, my virtual helmet, where you can watch a 3D representation of the actual games. Now, I don't know if they do that in real time, or will it be uh, like after the game is been played? Can I watch it live like that? If I can watch it live like that, I will definitely do that, because that is it's dope. I would stream that type of stuff because it's cool to look at. So, um, got to be up at 7 a.m. to watch the Premier League on the weekends. Hey man, that ain't nothing but a thing for me. I'm an early riser, anyways, bro. It's right up my alley. Get it in early. I could do live streams early and still had a whole day. So, but in any case, man, you just got one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What you playing? What you playing? I haven't used mine in a minute. I've done a couple of streams with it. I did one. I actually streamed a WNBA game with it. And I had it. I was doing the thing where it looks like I'm in the theater. Let me be honest with you. What I use my MetaQuest for the most is uh is watching movies, is watching Amazon Prime. I got virtual desktop, so I hooked the MetaQuest up to my computer, and I'm looking at my computer, but the environment in the MetaQuest is a movie theater. So I'm watching television. Anything that's on cable, I'm watching like in a movie theater setting. So the new Ghost in the Shell anime that came out, I'm watching that in the theater. Some old anime cartoons, Yamamoto, um, whatever's going on, I can watch it, like have a theater experience with that. The only game I really play on that thing is Demio. Is it Demeo? Demio? I think it's Demio. It's like a 3D um, turn-based D&D game. I love it because you can expand and do the app. And I am waiting for there's a company that makes I forget what the name of the game is. They got a football game. It's like their version of Madden, and it's in virtual reality. The company that makes that, Pro Era, I think that's the name of it, Pro Era, was supposed to be making a demo where you could simulate football plays. I was waiting for them to do that because they did that on ESPN one day. Dan Orlovsky was wearing the headset, and he basically just did a demo where he was drawing up plays, basically something that happened in the game, and he drew it up, showing you what happened. And I was like, that's what I want to do. But that little demo software was specifically for ESPN. It's not released to the public. And I'm like, how can I find out how to do that? Yeah, the Batman game is tight. The Batman game is super tight. If I was still into it like that, I'm telling you, if you like horror movies, man, Blumhouse has an app where you can watch a couple of the Blumhouse movies. Is Blumhouse? You can watch a couple of the Blumhouse movies, and it's a whole, like if you're watching Black Phone 2, then the whole theater turns into whatever environment for that particular scene. Is crazy. I can't do scary movies and all that kind of stuff like that no more. Can't do that. Last good scary movie I watched was Autopsy of Jane Doe, I think. Yeah, Shutter. Listen, all of that stuff, to be able to watch that stuff in a movie in a theater setting, I can watch all my favorite movies. If I want to watch Trading Places, if I want to watch Coming to America, I can still watch it like I'm in the theater. Um, all my anime. I even did a couple of football games where what I can do is I can watch Xfinity through my computer through the headset. So it looks like I'm sitting in a movie theater, literally, with watching the Eagles games. I've done that a couple times, and I love it. So uh, the only thing that I can't do, and I'm working on, is I would love to be able to do a couple of videos where I'm doing telestration and drawing and going over plays and stuff like that. That's some of the stuff that I want to do, but they don't just give you that software. You got to figure that out on your own. That's why I'm doing so much stuff with my drone now. So I got some ideas for my drone stuff. So I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm really scaling back on my um, lives 3 days a week, and then I'm trying to script and create content. I'm doing a lot more scripting now because I do too much off the cuff. So hopefully it'll get better. So yeah, Shutter has the old horror movies, like the old school stuff. Yeah, Trilogy of Terror and old Twilight Zone and just like Suspiria, 70s type horror stuff. So yep, The Birds, all that kind of good stuff. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, all that good stuff. Washington needs a quarterback. Daniels is hurt. Daniels is hurt again? How did he get hurt? Or is he never got healed up from the last time? I wait a minute. I did read something about that. All right, hold on. Let's get a LeBron check. Anybody that heard anything? LeBron still mom. All right. I don't, nothing yet. Still looking. Still looking. LeBron James news. Uh yep. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Tales from the Crypt. Old Tales from the Crypt. Yo, I saw that. Scatterboo did the backflip and almost busted his ass. Was he drunk? He looked to me. I thought he was drunk, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Scatterboo's not gonna last, in my opinion. He gonna end up getting burnt out, or he gonna end up doing something stupid. He gonna find himself in the tabloids and the headlines, and because Scatterboo looked like he got that type of attitude, like he gonna end up getting in trouble over some girl. I could be wrong, but he's projecting those type of vibes. So hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm wrong. So yeah, what was I watching about Daniels? Because they was talking about he's using the VR units and all that kind of stuff. Um, skip it. uh, exactly. But guess what? Until he get healthy, he got to get his mentals right. When you got an injury like that, until you get your butt back on the field and you go full contact, until you know that your knee can take it and all that stuff, you don't know what you got. Yeah, was it ankle or that was his ankle, not his knee? Whatever it was, he shouldn't have been doing a damn backflip. I know that much. He shouldn't have been doing that. So that was unnecessary because he could have put himself at risk again. Matter of fact, he did put himself at risk again, and I'm quite sure that the Giants was not happy with that. They couldn't have been. They couldn't have been happy with that. Yeah. What was I watching? What was I watching? Or I must have read something that was talking about Jaden Daniels using the VR units to take a bunch of reps and stuff like that. I'd been hearing that, but I heard it recently. I can't remember where I was or what I was looking at that brought that up. So yes, sir. Function. Hit that like and subscribe, man. But yeah, I'm like y'all. I'm ready for this. Get this season started. And by the way, Thursday on the live stream, 9 p.m. Barrett Brooks will be in the building, y'all. Barrett Brooks will be in the building. I'm trying to see. We got these new sound effects now. Yep, Barrett Brooks will be in the building. And do an applause now. So I just confirmed with him today. And so that should be fun. And secured my ticket to the first alumni practice on August 4th. So I'm looking forward to that. We will be up there. I can be able to watch everybody on site. I will try to get as much footage as I possibly can, because when you are at Eagles practice, they are very intense about not letting you film practice. So if you are sitting in the crowds and you're trying to catch stuff with your camera phone, they don't want that at all. There is a designated time where you can take pictures and photo and all that kind of stuff with the players, but they do not want you videotaping any practice. And they have people, because you got people where the crowds are. They'll us alumni players, we will have our own like little tent, but we right on the edge watching, and they have people positioned to make sure nobody's filming, nobody's on their camera phone. I'm telling you, they be on top of that. They be on top of that. So drone footage is certainly out of the question, but so just to let you know, I will get as much. I'll probably have more conversations with other guys and other alumni than I will footage from practice, because that's gonna be hard to get. So we'll see what's gonna happen, man. So yeah, I'm trying to keep it fresh, man. Trying to keep it fresh. So yeah, Barrett Brooks is my dude, man. I called him a couple weeks ago to see if he could come on, and he was like, "Yeah, I got my grandson. We fishing." So I think he was down in Florida somewhere fishing. So I was like, "Hey, bring me home something so I can put it in the smoker." So, you know what? I wish we could. Man, let me go ahead and get my drone license so I can apply for that job, flying the drones during the game. So yeah, you can't. I got a personal drone, so my little DJI is considered a personal drone. So the rule says is that if your drone is less than 250 grams in weight, it is considered a toy. So you don't, like this, I don't have to register with the FAA or anything like that. And my only other drone is I had this years ago. I got a DJI Spark. The same thing. I think that's under 250 grams as well. Big Dom would probably shoot it down. Yeah. So you know how I'm doing, man. I use mine to shoot content with. I bought this thing specifically so it could follow me around, and I didn't want to have to worry about setting up a tripod. And this thing has worked wonders. And the funny part is, this is a DJI Neo 2, and No sooner than I bought it, the day I bought it, my YouTube feed was flooded with content about the Neo 3, which hasn't been released yet, but it's like, you know how you get, man. You finally break down and buy an iPhone, and then the next one is announced. You know how that works. Only practice like this. No, there's a couple teams that like that. Couple teams that like that, man. They still have like they'll let they have their cameras there, and sometimes they let the news film a certain portion of practice, something like that. But for the most part, just the regular crowd in there, nah, they don't want you filming, and they don't want you to catch nothing that you ain't supposed to see. So rather than worry about that, they want to cut down on everything. So yeah, I heard about Saquon's house. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. These people are scandalous, man. I don't know. I don't know if y'all remember. Remember when what's your boy what's the dude from Buffalo that got hit and had the heart attack on the field versus Cincinnati? Um, I remember that happening, and then that was one of the first times where like several homes got hit that night. When all of that stuff happened, it was several homes that got hit. And so you already know it's a calculated thing. You already know it's a calculated thing. And I guarantee you, um, I got ideas on how stuff like that happens. Let me just say that. Because I know players, and the one thing that hasn't changed, it was happening back when I was playing in the 90s, in the early 90s. And I know it still happens today, except it's on a much broader term. Um, at the end of a game, every time you come out of a stadium, you're gonna have groupies around that stadium. And it wouldn't be nothing for a group of thieves to get together with some of these women that don't care and like, hey, here's a couple bucks. See if you can hook up with such and such. If you do, and you can give us some information on his house, on his layout, where he lives, all of that type of stuff. People are scandalous. People are scandalous. What's up, Bleed Green? What's good with you? So I saw some things even when I played. I remember going to a nightclub down in Philly, and overhearing somebody say basically to the effect like, hey, ain't that such and such that play for the Birds? Yeah. So this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna bump into you. You gonna spill your drink, and we gonna try to cause some trouble. Like people remember that. People try to get you like that. They are scandalous. And now with social media and what they doing now, um, they have no couth and they don't care. They just trying to get paid. Yes, I remember when Fletcher Cox did it, and he called 911 and was like, y'all better get here, because if he breaks through this door, I'm going to blow his effing head off. He was like, I got a shotgun locked and loaded, ready to go. And while he was making that call, you hear the door getting, all of that stuff in the background. So, yeah, I remember that. Thank you, Kateas' mom. Appreciate that with the 5 memberships. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mona Lisa. Yeah. So now you gotta. I'm surprised somebody ain't made a business deal out of that. That's easy money right now. If you are a off-duty cop, or if you have a military background, I would be hitting up all of these team members. I'm giving free game away right now. If you have a security background, if you are a ex-cop, if you ex-military, if you licensed to carry, if you can handle yourself, all of that type of stuff, I would get a couple of friends together and I will start a security corporation specifically for NFL, NBA, professional athletes when they are away from home. Cost you a couple grand. I will I will um, I will guard your land. I will be on guard and be on site while you are away. Whether you camp out in the driveway, um, you know, most of these people live in gated communities, but it ain't nothing to hop over a fence. So it would be too easy to make that type of money. Or you're gonna invest in you some new cameras or something. But you can patrol. I'm surprised somebody ain't did that yet. Baseball too, absolutely. Absolutely. Told you I'm giving away game. And shit, if all of these pro players, if they're gonna throw away money, they might as well throw it away on something that'll help them. So, you know, somebody should do it. It ain't because it is not difficult to figure out. And this is the thing that people forget about. And of course, I'm speaking on this, and somebody asked me to do this. One of my cousins asked me to do this. So I think I'm going to do this. I think I might start a third channel with, because I still got my original channel called Marcus Thomas. So I might take that channel and just start doing stuff about AI and all of that type of stuff. But I was talking to my grandson, and I was telling him about the flock cameras. If you don't know what a flock camera is, if you ever go to a Wawa or a gas station or several different places, and you see a lot of places they have security cameras, parking cameras, and cameras in the parking lot, all that type of stuff. And a lot of times you go to these places and you'll see another camera mounted right next to a security feed. But this camera is a little bit bigger and it's black, and it might have a it might have a solar unit on it to keep it powered, all that kind of stuff. These are called flock cameras, FLOCK, and they're everywhere. But the 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 same technology that they used in the World Cup for the VAR review, the same the same technology that they use in MLB to review balls and strikes, the same technology that they use in the NBA where they do that thing. I've seen it in the WNBA where they show the view and they do like a matrix style rewind while the play is still going, so you can do a freeze frame matrix rotation while the play is still moving, so you can go all the way to another angle. That's AI doing that. And what AI can do is take all of that footage and data from these flock cameras, from these security cameras, and they can stitch it together. And the AI technology will put a footprint together, and it can tell you everywhere you've been. If you are caught on one of these cameras, it can stitch together your whole outline, your whole schedule. It can tell you where you've been. It can tell you where you stopped. It can tell you how long you stopped. It can tell you when you went into Aldi's to buy some sour cream, how long you were in the store. It can tell you all of that stuff. And AI is just stitching all of that stuff together. And eventually what you're going to get is more and more cameras every year, more and more cameras. And eventually with AI, they will be able to have a 3D matrix of any location in real time. That's what's coming. Don't make me nerd out on y'all, man. Trust me on this. This is what I this is what I do for my job. So I know what's coming. And I'm very familiar with the technology, and even some of the stuff now is getting past me. And I'm trying to keep up, but man, it is getting harder and harder to keep your head above water because every day something's changing. So let me see. Let's refresh the page. And all right, hold on. LeBron James picks next team. Rumors, updates, decision coming. Okay, this is USA Today. That just popped up, but I don't think he's done anything yet. It's widely known LeBron James short-lived. The teams include Cavaliers, Golden State, Miami, Philly, Denver, Minnesota. There's been a bevy of rumors. Yeah, nothing concrete. Nothing concrete. This is just a new article that came out. But okay. USA Today is broadcasting live. Last update 9:54 p.m. So I guess he's on TV or something. I got ESPN on, and I'm watching the Dodgers and the Phillies. So I don't know. It says it's live, but okay. So yeah, he must be on stage doing something, because now I'm seeing. I just saw USA Today. It says live. Now it says New York Times live. So is he doing something live now on television? I don't know. All right. We'll keep we'll keep refreshing the web pages and see what happens. See what happens. If he comes to Philly, man, this place is going to explode. So, how many times? When's the last time y'all remember Philly? Everybody in Philly is up. Phillies, Sixers, Eagles, and Flyers. Everybody's up. Flyers had a good draft. They made the playoffs last year, even though they got bounced early. They made the playoffs, and they weren't supposed to make the playoffs. So the Flyers are up. The Phillies are up. Phillies are up 10-5 right now. If this game is live, and I think it is, it's the ninth, top of the ninth, 10-5, man on first with one out in the ninth. So, yeah, let's get this done. Can we get a ground out and a double play, please, and get out of here? That's a strike. That's a good pitch right there, bro. It's a good pitch right there. All right, 0-1. So, yeah, but Panda, the reason why I say that is because do y'all remember how down everybody was on the Phillies in preseason? Everybody was down, was just like so down. Oh shit, did he just take it out of the park? He sure did. Lord have mercy. Come on, man. Get out of this game. 10-7. God, dog. Well, bullpen. can't, I tell you. So, to your point, Panda. But what I'm saying is the Phillies were horrible for the first couple of weeks, and everybody thought that the Phillies weren't doing anything. They wanted everybody fired, blah, 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 blah. And now the Phillies are going to the playoffs. Don't get that twisted. The Phillies are going to the playoffs. So I look at that as being up, especially when you look at what the talk was at the beginning of the season. So, yeah, this dude just gave up a home run. But listen, man, it's 10-7. All you got to do is get me 2 outs. That's all you got to do. 2 outs, man. Shoot. Good grief. So, they'll be all right. At least as long as they get to the playoffs. That's all that matters. When you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. Yeah, Schwarber's been going crazy. But we on defense, man. Shugart. Shugart, what is his ERA right now? We'll see. Still refreshing on LeBron. Ain't nothing happening. All right, Don coming out to take him out of there. All right, get him out of there, Don. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So next week, just a heads up, next week I will be I'm working on something with the drone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to release it to the members and subscribers first. So it's not going to be public. It's going to be released to the members and the subscribers. And I need feedback on it first on how you think it looks and what I'm trying to do. I'm not going to say what it is, but I will definitely give a heads up when it's released. I mean, when it's released, I'm only going to release it to members and subscribers first for probably about a day. So I need to get some feedback on it. What's up, Carlos? So that's coming. That's coming. I'm waiting for a day where I can get out to the park and film some things the way I want to film it. So should be good. Matter of fact, I might go out there tomorrow if I can. So Big Dom runs the offense. All right, 1-1, top of the ninth. Who's pitching? Shugart is still pitching. All right, we got 1-2, fastball. Come on, let's get out of here. Needs to have Q, you talking about that epic conspiracy music? Yo, whatever good music is royalty free. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes you don't have you don't have a choice. You just gotta go with what they give you. So rain tomorrow. What time? Because I can go to the park super early. I've been known to do that. So got him 2 outs. All right, let's get out of this inning, bro. Let's close this game. So what time is the rain tomorrow? I don't know. Let me see. Because I can do like I said, I'm known to go out early and shoot. I have been known to do that. What's the radar looking like for tomorrow? Let's see. We'll see. We'll see. I saw the thing for the flood warning. Are they taking them out? Yeah, taking them out. Tomorrow, thunderstorms. Scattered thunderstorms. Chance of rain 70%. So it looks like, yeah, it's gonna be most of the day. So yeah, maybe I won't be able to take the drone out tomorrow. So we'll see. That's gonna suck too, because I'm getting an extra battery delivered tomorrow, which I don't want to happen in the rain. I do not want that. So Duran is coming out. The Durangela is coming out. Let's go. Let's go. Well, can't go out. Can't go out. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But in any case, I'm about to land this plane. Come on. I'll tell you what. I'm going to hang around to see if Duran can get this last out. Come on, Duran. Let's go. Let's go. All we need is 1 out, brother. All we need is 1 out. Top of the ninth, 2 outs, 10-7, Philly. Come on, man. Just need a couple good pitches to get out of this. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let's go. But all right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let this plane. I don't feel like waiting. All right, all right. Tomorrow night, me and Tone, 8:30. We missed last week. I was sick. So I'm expecting to get it done tomorrow, me and Tone, the Bald Eagles podcast. We're probably going to talk a little bit more about Nick Sirianni and the offense. I am kind of working on some dossiers on some players to kind of go over position by position. Got some things in the works. and we can get it started. Okay, Hernandez is up. So we can get through this last batter. Let's go, Deron. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it out. Come on, Deron. You got one batter. Come on, you got one batter, man. That's all you got to do. Wind up in the pitch. Inside, ball one. 96 miles an hour. Splitter. Who you got? Come on, who you got? 0-1 or 1-0? Ooh, good pitch. Just off the corner. Just off the corner. 2-0. Umpire stepped out of the box. Woo, that looked like a good strike. Oh, okay, so it was called a strike. 1-1. 1-1. I think they went to the review on that one. I don't know. 1-1. Let's go. Let's go. Ground out. That's a wrap. Yes, sir. Ring the bell. Let's go. Let's go. That's how you get it done, boys. Let's keep it moving. All right. We got it. One last check on LeBron. One last check on LeBron. Let's see if anything else happened. Bueller. Anyone? LeBron James news. Top stories. No. So I guess Miami thinks he gonna sign with Miami too. So, all right, well, yeah. I hope he does come to Philly, man. I want to see. I want the spectacle, man. I want the spectacle to be here. I want it to be right here. So, but nothing as of yet. So, all right, people. I'm gonna go ahead and land this plane. I ain't waiting for him. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate everybody in the chat. We're gonna keep this thing growing. Y'all know the business. Next time, bring a friend. Tomorrow night, 8:30, me and Tone, the Bald Eagles podcast. We're gonna have a lot to talk about. Another week closer to camp. And we getting ready for this season, man. It's almost upon us, man. So we're gonna keep things moving. I appreciate you guys for jumping in on me. Appreciate the family, appreciate my squad, and we're gonna continue to grow. And you know how we do, man. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Tell your people you love them while they're here. Peace.
Yo, 2026 and the link is feeling cold. Last year is done, new story getting told. Jalen under fire, say his vision's getting tight. They say he's uncoachable, can't get right. AJ in New England, now that deal is done. Lemons got the green light, pick that number one. Benny in the coordinator, put your fears to rest. Patullo playing checkers, why this dude is playing chess. AJ finally traded and the hype train's broke. Rabel's back to coaching and Rosini's catching smoke. 10 toes down with the Eagles on the scene. Ain't no time for fakers cause your boy is bleeding green. Sources leaking stories but you know it's all cap. Coach Marcus on the mic and he's shooting all facts. Search trending topics, information moving slow. Pro fan talk, always keep you in the know. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw. With the real ones bar. From the birds to the league, we gon' cover it all. Hit the bell, that's law. Break it down from the film to the box score raw.